How you going, everyone? Back again in the eBay room for a video a day for May with Drew's Reselling. I'm obviously Ken Skeets. I'm not Drew's Reselling, but he's also doing the same as me. Today I wanted to present my ecopro 2. This is the unit I use to clean all my DVDs, CDs, Blu-rays, games, anything that spins. I don't believe you can do smaller discs, but I haven't tried. I haven't asked either. It's not something I really get a lot of. So, but in regards to normal size discs, it does everything and does it really well. So what I'll do is I'll play the video and I'll do a little bit of a commentary as we run through. So here's a unit. You can see in the center there, that's where you put the disc in, which you'll see in a couple of minutes anyway. Buttons at the front. Some of those do different functions. Main one is to switch between the Blu-rays and the DVDs and CDs. CDs and DVDs are done on the same program, but Blu-rays are different. They need a bit more juice, I think, just because they've got a harder surface. So here we go. Insert a DVD. You can see on here, you see those swirl marks. They're from those cheap polishers you can buy online, the hand ones. You do the little thing and they spin around on there and polish the disc. They do more damage than they do good. So what I generally do is I put them in for 30 seconds. That was obviously a quick 30 seconds. You could watch the timer if you really wanted to. And that generally reveals how bad or good a DVD or CD or Blu-ray is. There is some you can't polish. With CDs and DVDs, a lot more durable than a Blu-ray. Unfortunately, with Blu-ray, they don't have they have a hard surface, but it's not a very deep surface, where CDs, I can't remember, there is an amount that they have, but it's like microns. These units, I believe, take off 0.08 microns, and I believe there's somewhere around 20 microns or something. Don't quote me. If you want to know, feel free to call the guys at ecopro. They know the numbers. So that was a 4-minute clean. I know that went pretty fast, but it's amazing what high-speed videoing can do. And you can see the difference. And you can see there's still some marks in that one. That one would be acceptable. But at the end of the day, for me, I wouldn't. I'd actually put it in for probably another 2 minutes. I might have put it in for another 4. I'd rather spend the extra money and make sure it looks perfect when it goes out. I think presentation is as important as it working. But look, by all means, 99% of people would be happy with a disc like that. You've got to remember, Xbox original disc, that thing's 20-something years old, I believe. I can't remember when Xbox, 2000, around 2000, 2002, 2004 maybe. So it's the best part of 20 years old. Once again, don't quote me. I'm not exactly sure on games. So you can see here, I'm just running through all the different DVDs. You've got the first two was was DVD, then Blu-ray. This black one is your PS1, and then this blue one is your PS2. And then we're coming up to the end, which is a PS2 in silver. Now, with all of these, it will do any. It doesn't matter what it is. The only thing, like I said, you've got to be really careful with is the actual Blu-rays. I have had it go through the surface. I've actually got one here now, which I was actually polishing up. It's actually one in the video, but there was actually a couple of extra scratches in it. So I'll show you here. Can you see? So that's where it's actually broken through the surface. So on something like that, and you can actually see that it's hard to see without shining the light in your eyes, but you see that scratch? So that scratch, so with Blu-rays, with anything really, if you can feel it under your thumb at the start, you're probably not going to get it out. Now, this one, I could kind of, but not really. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm actually going to give it one more polish to, I'm probably not actually going to bother. I'm probably just going to throw it out. I think she's just dead. Unfortunately, you can't save them all. This one's had a hard life. It was actually really, really bad when I got it. We should probably never have listed it, to be honest. So yeah, so that'll give you an idea. So you can't save all of them, but in saying that, out of the amount of DVDs and CDs that I've ever had, the numbers are just huge. They really are. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to just throw up a piece of, I'll pause for a second. I'm going to throw up a piece of paper on the screen and we'll go through the breakdown on how long it takes you to recover the money from purchasing one of these. So you just give us, it'll feel like a second to you, but a couple of minutes to me. Okay, so we've gone through the machine itself, what it can do and can't do. So I'm just going to run through the cost of the machine and how you can work out that it can make you some money. And there's also a third-party thing to this as well. So for the first part, to set you up with a brand new machine, you're looking around about $21.50. Now they do, every once in a while, they do have some machines that are ex-demos. You can get them a little bit cheaper. You generally save around $300 or $400, but they're not there all the time. So I'm just going to base it on if tomorrow you decide to jump online and buy a machine. So it works out to, what I would recommend is buy the new machine with 4 packs. 4 packs works out a lot more efficient, mainly due to freight, because the freight's $35, I think around $35. So divide that by 4, you can work it out yourself. But if you're only buying 1 or 2 packs, your cost is going to go up. Or if you buy 1 pack at a time at $35, you're basically putting 30 or 40% straight on top of the unit. I haven't done those numbers, so don't quote me, but somewhere around 30 or 40% on increase if you just buy 1 pack. So buy 4 packs, it's going to bring it up by 5 or 10%, and not going to make that big a difference. So the way I've worked it out, I will shoot up some numbers up here just so you can get a bit of an idea of exactly by visual as well as by voice. So if you based it on a 4 pack, you're around $580 for a 4 pack. Then you work out, if you divide that 4 pack by, if you get your calculator out and you divide your 4 pack 580 divided by 3,200, works out to around 18 cents. All right, so now with that, I've just bumped it up to 20 cents just because you're going to get a little bit of loss, and sometimes the numbers don't work out, but that's just what it is. Now, in a pack, what you get is you get your cleaning solution. That's obviously a empty bottle, and you get your system card. So that is your 800-minute card, and then on top of that, you get 4 pads in each box. There's no, you don't have to throw these away. I just keep chocking them up, and as you can see, I just write in the back which ones they are. I do like to pair them. You don't have to, it's not a requirement. They do try and recommend to keep left and right the same because the way they turn, but I for a while I just threw them into a box, never had a problem. Just as I've gone more and more, because at some point I do want to take away those older ones and renew them. Obviously once I get to 20 or 30 pads, I don't need 20 or 30 pads. The other part that is suggested if you're doing a lot of numbers is to get a second one of these. I've just ordered a second one. Now, I've done hundreds of discs at a time and not had an issue, but these get really hot, and I'd hate for something to happen. This is just glued onto here. Like I say, ultra durable, so there's no issue with the quality, but I can see that maybe at some point it could, maybe something could happen. So I'd rather have a backup one. The stuff comes from New Zealand, so it can take a while if you're in Australia to come across. So be prepared. Don't be like me and order 3 days before you need the stuff, and then we have a major virus, and then the stuff takes 2 weeks to turn up. So now with their card, now a lot of people will be whinging about their card. Why does it have an 800-minute card with it? Why can't we just, have unlimited minutes on the machine? Look, it makes sense. They say that it's due to the supplies. They don't want to have supplies being watered down and then have complaints that stuff's not getting polished properly and claims. So it does make sense of that. I think at the end of the day, it's mainly so you're forced to buy their thing, but that's just opinion. So in saying that, it's not that expensive. It's $130 per 800-minute pack. I don't think that, I don't begrudge it. So if you begrudge it, then feel free not to buy their machine. So when you work out at 2 minutes a unit at 6, that works out to around 1,600 items on a 3,200 pack. So 4 packs, 800 minutes each, times that by 4, you can get the idea. Works out to 3,200 minutes. So basically that works out to around 40 cents a clean, which is not bad on a disc. You think about, what you would throw out. I don't think it takes long to make $5 per DVD, CD, or whatever you're selling. So I'm going to average it out to around $5. Some are more. So if you want to say, no, a lot of them are $2 or $3, not a problem at all. But what about those ones that are $10? So if you do an average, let's say $5, I think that is really a real fair number. So at $5 at 1,600 items, you just have to do the numbers, and that's $8 grand. $8 grand profit, or $8 grand turnover, whichever way you want to call it. Profit being on the DVD itself, turnover being you'd have to take out the $600 for the cleaning stuff, maybe power if you wanted to add some power in, but easily you're going to be able to, out of that $8,000 profit, you're going to clear what, $7 grand easily, no problem at all. Now let's say, for instance, you have a bad run. You bought a heap of DVDs that are kids DVDs, or games that have been trashed, or CDs that have been sitting in a car in a holder, and you get the imprint from the cases and stuff like that. So worst case, every CD, DVD you do is 4 minutes each. It still works out to about $4 grand. So you're still clearing around about $3,000+. So not everybody's media mad like I am. I do a lot of media. I've already sold somewhere around 3,000 media items over the last 8-9 months. But if you're only doing a couple of hundred a year, the numbers still work out. So basically, if you work out with the machine, now at the moment, the machine with the Australian Tax Office, if you're from Australia, you can actually claim that machine straight off your tax. You can claim up to, I think it's 20,000. I think they've even raised it to $50,000 for equipment. So that is an instant tax write-off. So let's say, for instance, you get that money back. It's cost you nothing for the year. I don't know how any of that tax stuff works. You need to see your accountant or bookkeeper to see how that would work with the way you're situated. Then if there's cleaning supplies, now they are a write-off because they are an item. They're a company item to be used for company use. So you're going to write them off straight away. Now let's say, for instance, you do around 200 DVDs. Let's say you put a little bit of effort into it and you sell 200 DVDs, games, whatever it is, because you've got the machine there. So why not? So 200, that's going to get you around about $1,000 extra just by having that machine there. On stuff that some places would throw out, and you would be surprised how many places. You go and speak to your local Salvos or Savers or whatever, and just say, do you throw DVDs out that are damaged, or games? You might end up picking up hundreds or thousands of dollars of media items for free, literally for free. I've literally had customers give me stuff, well, not customers, but customers, people that I've bought other DVDs off, give me bags of stuff that are damaged that they thought they were going to throw out. Now, there's also another part to this machine that no one really talks about. With this machine, you can make money out of it. That's right. Not just from selling DVDs, CDs, or media. You can actually charge to polish discs. So if you're that way inclined, go see one of your local stores. I don't know if you have a video store. Most of the video stores will have their own cleaner. But if you have maybe a shop that, maybe a local milk bar, or a caravan park that has their own CDs or DVDs, offer them up. If you're charging $3 or $4 per CD or DVD to give it a clean, it's a whole other income. Let's say you did 10 a week. So I've got a calculator on the screen. 10 times 52, 520 a year times, let's say you're charging $3 each. That's $1,500 a year for something that it's just sitting in the corner. You bring it home. I wouldn't do any less than probably 5 or 10 at a time. Be sort of my minimum, $30 for 10, or you might say $50, your choice on what you want to charge. And with that, so if we go 520 times 0.20, that's cost you $104 in supplies and made you $1,500. So I've never had to do it, or not never had to, but I've never done it because I've just been so busy with all the other stuff. So, but I had considered doing it, and the numbers work out quite well on that. So as a secondary income, and there's no reason why you couldn't charge cash on that sort of thing. Don't tell the ATO. And a little bit of pocket change, an extra $100 a month, maybe $200 a month. that's nothing to be sneezed at. And maybe even approach some places first. If I got this machine, could we do a deal? How many discs do you think you'd go through? How many did you throw out because they're just too damaged to use? And it's another thing they could charge back to the customer. And they get the DVD and they inspect it and they charge the customer $3 to send it off to get cleaned. These are all ideas on what you could do with a machine like this. Really is unlimited in the regards of media, full-size media, DVDs or discs, spinning discs. Now, in regards to other machines, I have looked at other machines. I looked at other machines when I purchased this machine, and honestly, there's nothing out there that does the same job. Nothing that I could find for the price that it is. Unless you're willing to spend 5, 6, maybe 50 or 100 grand, this is the best machine. You'd almost call it a hobby user machine. So it's not a basic, it's not a full professional, it's right in the middle, but it's 3/4 of the middle. So not only is it cheap to buy, the materials are quite efficient as well. And there's no maintenance. It's zero maintenance. Apart from a bit of a clean here and there, you really do not need to do nothing to this machine. So I hope that gives you all the information that you would like for the ecopro. If not, feel free to contact me. I'm happy for you to email, message, whatever it is you feel you need to. I'm happy to give you whatever info that I know. In regards to ecopro themselves, as I've said before, Chris is very contactable and very knowledgeable. He has more knowledge than you probably need. So feel free to call him at ecopro. You can find them on their website. I will chuck the link down the bottom. I'll remember to do that. But like I said, if you need anything, got any questions, feel free to contact me. I hope this has given you some really good information. If you like the content, love you to subscribe, hit the bell, because that's what you're supposed to do anyway, because it's awesome. And they'll just send you through random stuff to say that I've got something on. Tomorrow's video, tomorrow is Wednesday. What am I doing tomorrow? Let me check my list of what I've got on for tomorrow. I have a list. I'm getting semi-organized. No, not that list. I need a different list. So tomorrow is... Okay, so tomorrow is going to be real fun. I'm going to rebuild a PS2. Yeah. Yay! So pop in for a video tomorrow. We're still going with a video a day for May. And Drew's Reselling should have played one probably an hour before, so catch his video. I'll chuck his link down the bottom, so if you don't know Drew, you can pop in. And also we have the campfire on tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, so we have that on tomorrow, so jump in and catch that as well. Have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta.